Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today my group want to present about the transport documents. In this group, we have four students. Include me. First, my name is Muhammad Faris fikri. My friend is Muhammad Nabil Aiman bin Nawi, Muhammad Afiq Irfan bin Mokri, and Muhammad Rifqi Amni bin Azizai. Let's get started.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Faris fikri. My metric number is 23DLS 20F1006. Today I'm going to talk about a shipment document. Firstly, I'm going to talk about Airway bills. Airway bills is a document that accompany shipment goods by an international carrier to provide the the shipment detail and also allow it to be tracked. Bills serve as a receipt of goods by airlines, while as a contract of the carriage between the shipper and the carrier. It's a legal agreement that enforces by law. It will also contain the shipper names and address, consignor name and address, 3-letter origin and airport code, 3-letter destination and airport code, and many more. That's all for about AWB or Airway bills. We're going to talk about house Airway bills. House Airway bills is a transport document which is used in air shipments, issued and signed by a freight forwarder, generally on a natural airway bill format. Evidence the terms and conditions of carriage goods as specified the foreign forwarder. The main feature of the house airway bills is a house airway bill generally issued on a natural airway bill formats. House airway bill issued and signed by a forwarder without agency and signing authority, either carry or as agent of the carrier. A house airway bills may or may not to be subject to the ITA rules and one of the international and conventional Warsaw Convention, Highway Segment Amended, Montreal Convention, and many more. That's all for the house airway bills.
Hi, my name is Muhammad Nabil Aiman bin Muhammad Nawi. I'm from DLS 2A. My matrix number is F1036. Firstly, I want to talk about Certificate of Origin. Certificate of Origin is a document declaring in which country a commodity or good was manufactured. The certificate of origin contains information regarding the product, its destination, and the country of export. A certificate of origin is an important international trade document that certifies that goods in a particular export shipment are wholly obtained products manufactured or processed in a particular country. For example, may have made part of a computer, however, a company in the United States assembled them. Therefore, the origin of the product is in fact two countries. Next is Unocean Bill of Lading. Unocean Bill of Lading is a document required for the transportation of goods overseas across international waters. The contract is a legally binding document between both the shipper and the carrier of the shipment. The Bill of Lading serves as a legally binding document between the shipper and carrier. For example, Bill of Lading is the form that is provided by a moving company to a third-party carrier, which will be delivering store fixture for them to a retail location. The third party then hand the bill of lading over to the store as a receipt for the goods once the delivery has been made. Next is packing list. Packing list is a document used in international trade. It provided the exporter, international freight forwarder, and ultimate consignor with information about the shipment, included how it's packaged, the dimension and weight of each package, and the marks and number that are notes on the outside of the box. Provide the exporter, international freight forwarder, and ultimate concern with information about the shipment, include how it's packaged, the dimension and weight of each package.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Afiq Irfan. My metric number is F1044. As you can see on the screen, my topic is letter of a credit. Letter of a credit, known as a document that guarantees the buyer payment to the seller. It is issued by a bank and ensure the timely and full payment to the seller. Let's say if the buyer is unable to make such as a payment, bank will cover the full or the remaining amount on behalf of the buyer. In addition, bank typically collect a fee, a percentage of the buyer, a percentage of the size or amount of the letter of credit. Next slide show example of letter of credit. Move on to insurance certificate. Insurance certificate is a document that contains all the essential details of an insurance policy. For example, small business owners and contractors typically require that grants protection against liability for workplace accident or injuries to the conduct business. Insurance certificate not only to protect the project owner but to extend additional insurance status to the project manager and possibly a lender.
A shipping manifest. A shipping manifest is a list of all goods loaded onto a ship or other transport vessel. A manifest usually documents an entire shipment, regardless of the number of destinations. Manifest lists the items, quantity, weight, and the destination name and address for each stop. For the sake of custom declaration, manifests typically include declared costs as well. For examples, let's say you buy a shipment of cell phone battery from Japan. They ship the batteries via boat along with lots of other cell phone parts. Commercial invoice. The commercial invoice is one of the most important documents in international trade and ocean freight shipping. It is a legal document issued by the seller as exporter to the buyer as an importer in an international transaction and serve as a contract and a proof of sale between the buyer and seller. A commercial invoice is a special export document that helps your package get through custom. A properly completed and correct commercial invoice for export help custom authorities quickly decide which taxes and import duties apply to your package. For example, is the receipt tax liability. Custom document. Custom document is also known as custom declaration and other document to be submitted at custom clearance expressible in the customs law, whether written or in electronic form. Custom documentation means the export and equitable documentation prescribed under the Custom and Excise Act as set out in the Custom and Border Management. For example is pro forma invoice, commercial invoice and packing list.